The same unblinking moon that Victoria Winters saw shining on Collinwood in her terror-ridden journey into the past shines this night over the great house by the sea. But the moon and Collinwood itself are not the only survivors from the past. Terror, too, is beyond time, and it has pursued the inhabitants of Collinwood down from the dark past to an even darker present. And the ghoulish plan to cure Barnabas Collins unfolds as inexorably as time and with increasing terror.
Why did you strap me to this table? Why didn't you just kill me?
I have plans for you.
Plans? I know what you're going to do to me.
Lie quietly, and you will feel no pain.
My face. It's going to be my face. It's the only part of that monster that isn't finished.
Lie still. Lie still.
No. Don't come near me. Let me out of here.
Quietly. Quietly.
No! No!
You should be honored, Jeff. After all, it is through your eyes that Barnabas has chosen to see, and it is through your lips that he has chosen to speak. Barnabas.
Dr. Lang, I must see you immediately, please. Open the door. I need your help at once. Dr. Lang. Doctor!
Frightened of what? Of what?
You've got to help me.
In what way? What's happened?
I was taking a stroll in the moonlights, enjoying the night air, and then...
And then what happened?
I had a feeling that this thing was coming over me.
What?
An urge. A sudden, irresistible urge to go into Collinsport and find someone, anyone. And I'm changing back. I know I am.
Barnabas, I told you these symptoms might recur. But I also told you how you could deal with them.
I don't think I can. It was like a giant wave coming at me, mounting higher and higher, this feeling within me. Who is this?
You might say it was you, a part of you.
Me? What do you mean?
You interrupted me, Barnabas, at a very important moment.
Jeff Clark.
Yes. Now, I suggest you leave at once.
You're really going to do it?
You should know by now that I'm a man of my word. Barnabas, the anesthetic won't last much longer. Now, you really must go.
Surely there is a kindness and a gentleness of spirits in this smile. How will I look when the goodness and the sweetness goes and it reveals a monster's soul.
Barnabas, Barnabas, you'll be a new man.
How can I be a new man and still be myself?
You'll live a new life, free and safe.
Will I be free of memory? Will I look at myself in the mirror and see myself, or will I see the ghost of a man haunting me to the grave? No, I can't let you do it.
Barnabas, Barnabas, this sudden surge of sentimentality is ridiculous.
Is it sentimentality to recoil from such a horror?
Surely you're no stranger to horror, Barnabas Collins.
But can't the moment come when I, yes, even I, can cry enough?
Yes, the moment can come, but not yet, not till you're free, not till you're safe.
And I never will be. Never free from guilt, from loathing the things that I have done.
Barnabas, do you really want me to stop?
Yes.
And then you want Miss Winters to marry this man, this young man, and live a life of unending joy?
Don't say that.
Well, I was only stating the alternatives. I mean, after all, I was under the impression that you loved her.
You know I do.
Well, for love, most men would dare anything.
No.
Well, see, if you really want to change back to what you were, and very probably destroy Miss Winters in a rage over your loss...
No, I wouldn't do that.
You almost did it. You know you'd do it again.
No, I swear.
You wouldn't be able to control yourself. Admit it. You'd want revenge on what they did to you. Admit that.
I can't.
You have a chance now to live the life of a man with a woman you love. Or you can destroy yourself, and the woman as well. Now take your choice.
Do it.
All right. Will you please leave us alone?
Yes, I'm going.
Dr. Lang? Dr. Lang? Jeff? Are you here? Dr. Lang?
Who's that? Who's that?
Barnabas.
I thought I told you to leave immediately.
She's here, calling for him downstairs.
Who's here?
Victoria, calling Jeff.
Well, what made you think he'd be here?
He said he was coming here the last time I saw him.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm afraid he isn't here now.
But has he been here at all?
I'm really afraid I don't know. I haven't been in all evening.
I'm worried about him. He said he was coming here to pick up his things and move them to the Evans cottage.
Oh, yes. Now that you mention it, I did notice that some of his things are gone, which means he probably came here and is now at the Evans cottage.
No, he's not. I've just come from there.
Well, maybe you could have passed him on the way.
No. He said he'd meet me at Collinwood, but that was 3 hours ago.
Oh, well, you learned that Jeff Clark is rather an unreliable young man.
How can you take it so lightly?
And how can you take it so seriously?
Because we both know that he's been ill. I'm afraid that something's happened to him.
Well, what could have happened?
Something terrible. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure nothing terrible has happened.
I have the feeling that something has.
Well, I'm sure he's all right now.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a little bit foolish. But if anything happened to Jeff, I don't know what I'd do.
Nothing has happened to him, I'm sure.
No, it's just that I can't help it. I'm frightened. I love him, and I need him, and he needs me. I know he does. I'm sorry. I have to get a little bit of control over myself. It's just that for the first time, I've come so close to being happy, and I'm afraid of losing everything. And by everything, I mean Jeff. It's as simple as that. He's all I want, and I know that I'm all he wants.
I know it is so. She will never change. Never. No. No, the time has come for me to cry. Enough. Enough.
What have you done?
He's free now. He's safe.
What are you trying to do? He could come out of that anesthetic at any moment.
Let him.
Are you mad, Barnabas?
I've seldom been more sane.
Will you please leave so that I can get on with my work? I've had enough interruptions for one evening.
My mind is made up.
Please, I don't want to argue with you, Barnabas.
You offered me a choice. I've made it.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I overheard Miss Winters.
A young woman's hysteria and weeping is no reason for us to change our course.
She loves him.
She'll love you when the experiment is over.
No, it will always be that, always.
Well, all the more reason to go through with the experiment.
My mind is made up irrevocably.
Then I think the time has come to tell you that my decision also weighs in this. And my mind is made up irrevocably. We will continue.
I never said that we should stop it altogether. I merely suggested a way to set him free.
Now you're really talking nonsense. He knows all about the experiment.
Well, it made no difference before.
Including my plans to use him as part of it.
I thought you were telling him that you were giving him a treatment for his own difficulties.
I was, but he guessed the truth.
Oh, no.
Yes, and I can't blackmail him anymore into silence. If he talks, we're both. We're all implicated.
When he comes out of the anesthetic, you have merely to tell him that it is a delusion on his part, that you meant no harm to him.
He wouldn't believe me. Or worse yet, he'd pretend to, and then come back and plot some revenge on us.
Oh, now you are the one who is imagining a delusion.
Believe me, Barnabas, neither of us can afford to live as long as he's alive.
That isn't necessarily true.
As long as it's even a possibility. I can't take that chance, and neither can you.
I am willing to take that chance.
Well, I am not.
You're not going to have a chance to think about anything, Doctor.
Jeff, put down that bag.
I'll put it down right in your ribs.
Jeff, you don't know what you're doing.
Oh, don't I? Well, I know what you were going to do to me.
You heard.
I was only...
Yes, I heard.
I was only going to give you a treatment.
Yes, the treatment, Doctor. Isn't that wonderful?
Listen to me, Jeff.
In a minute, I'm busy right now.
You're free now. Nothing will happen to you as long as you don't touch Dr. Lang.
He's right, Jeff. He's right.
You were going to kill me.
No, I was just going to change my mind, Jeff.
Well, I'm not going to change my mind, Doctor.
Jeff, think what you're doing. Another murder. You don't want another murder on your conscience, do you? Another? Jeff?
What do you mean, another?
Guilt can be a terrible thing for the mind, Jeff. It can do terrible things to the mind.
What are you talking about?
This may be the last chance you have, Jeff. The last chance.
What do you mean, the last chance?
That your sanity hangs by a slender thread.
No.
Use that knife. Yes, use that knife, and the thread will
Stop
snap.
it!
And you know what will happen then, Jeff. You know. Your mind, prey to insanity, will lose its control and go deeper and deeper and deeper into madness,
No.
seeking a refuge that it will never find.
No, it'll never happen again.
Jeff, if you destroy me, you will destroy yourself. It happened once before. It could happen again.
Never. It'll never happen again.
And it's not going to happen to me again. Not while I live.
He's dead.
Not yet, but soon. Very soon.
But won't you listen for a single moment?
I listened, Barnabas, and it almost cost me my life.
But I'm telling you that killing him isn't necessary.
Barnabas, I'm not listening.
He could be completely harmless.
Do you think I'm doing this out of bloodlust? I am doing it to protect my experiment. And this is one area where I will allow no interference.
We can call in Dr. Hoffman.
Dr. Hoffman? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about a way of saving this boy's life.
You can't be serious about bringing in Julia.
Perfectly serious. She can hypnotize him.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not even listening.
Oh, then you are acting out of bloodlust. There's a way of making Jeff forget everything that's happened this evening.
What, hypnosis?
Exactly. It's happened in the past.
Barnabas, I gave you credit for much greater intelligence than that.
It's been successful, I swear.
I'm not questioning that.
Then what are you questioning?
What I am saying is that I do not want Dr. Hoffman to be informed of this experiment.
She needn't know about it.
Jeff would tell her right away.
You could tell her that he was momentarily deranged.
Julia's too inquisitive. She'd pry and pry until she found out the truth.
Then let her know everything.
Barnabas, are you mad?
She can keep your secret.
I don't know whether I lack your trust or your absolute stupidity.
Julia is not without her guilt. She had her mishaps the first time she did this thing with me.
No one but must know what I'm doing. No one. Is that clear?
Ricky.
Vicky,
where are you?
He's coming out of it.
You must call Julia. You must get her here.
No.
Vicky, help me.
No.
Help me. Vicky, help me.
If you won't call her, I will.
You'll do nothing of the kind, Barnabas.
You You must let him help me.
Vicky,
No.
where are you?
Julia would make him forget, I swear it. And she'd keep your secret.
I said no, Barnabas.
I'm going to call her even if you don't.
Vicky, where are you?
Put down that phone.
I'm not going to. There's nothing you can do to stop me.
Oh? Isn't there?
No.
Now hang up that phone.
You know as well as I do how hollow a threat that is.
Hang up by the time I count 3, or I'm going to shoot.
And what good would it do shooting me? You know that an ordinary bullet can have no effect on me.
You're mistaken, my friend. One of the melancholy aspects of the cure that I've given you is that you now, like all men, are susceptible to death. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2,